Hey there boys and girls, Lucky here and welcome back to another CSGO video. Today I'm bringing you guys another episode of how to deal with. So the last time we did talk about this one right here, the P90, but let's put that one straight back into the trash like that and talk about our next weapon, which you guys voted for as the top comment on the last how to deal with episode, and that's obviously the auto sniper. Now the auto sniper, first and foremost, is something that you have to keep in mind with. You need to pay $5,000 to get it, and that's even more than the Awp, as you can see, and it's more than twice as much than our last contender, the P90. So that's the first problem with it. You usually do not see it quite a lot. Weapons like the AK, you see pretty much like every round. You're used to playing against them, you kind of know how to play against them, how to play them yourself, how to counter them. Your knowledge about the weapon just in general is a lot better. So that's why it's not as hard to play against. However, the auto sniper, since many people usually go for an Awp if they spend so much money, or well, then I guess back in the days, you would not be quite as used to playing against it, meaning that it's kind of hard for you to just anticipate how the enemy is going to play. And from my point of view, there are two major play styles. Now let's talk about the first one first, and that is pretty much active side holding. I think that's usually where people have trouble with the most, because if there's a CT right here just holding the angle and you're trying as a T to push it long, you're going to have a hard time because you're going to be killed in 2 shots. So again, 1, 2, or 1 headshot, and you're dead. So it's dealing quite an insane amount of damage and can also be fired kind of rapidly. So that's why it's so strong. So as you can already see due to it having scoped, at long range this is usually where the weapon excels. So going long when the enemy has an auto sniper is not the best idea. In general, without using any utility, for example like a flash grenade or smoke grenade, to actually close in the distance and to make them, like, for example, if they're up close, it of course becomes quite hard to use the scope and just flick to them and stuff like that. Of course they can go full auto on you like that, so that's still very dangerous. Even if they're moving like this, they still can be able to hit you. So the worst kind of distance for the auto sniper is not completely close range, but kind of a medium to close range, and that's kind of the distance you want to close in with your weapon, for example like the AK or the M4, by making use of utility in order to get to them. But of course that's not a perfect scenario. There's actually a counter weapon for the auto sniper right here, and this is like, there's a soft counter weapon to that, and that's the AK, because the AK also does kill in 1 shot. So they're kind of on equal playing fields as long as you're going for headshots, but of course the AK does kill in what, like 3 to 4 shots to the body, and the auto sniper in only 2. So if you're equally as skilled, you can still kind of go up with an AK as long as your aim is very, very good. But that's like not the same case for everyone. So the weapon that's actually very good against the auto sniper is this one right here, the Awp. The cheaper variant of this weapon is actually better. Why is that? They essentially have the same scope and be accurate to fire time, right here. And of course, the auto sniper has the benefit of having fast follow-up shots. But then again, if you have good aim, and this is essentially what it comes down to, the guy with a better aim and the Awp will win the duel. Because if you're just going to flick to him and you're then shooting, you only need to hit him somewhere in the body. Well, the auto sniper will require you 2 shots in the body, which of course is taking you longer. So by the time the auto sniper, even if the auto sniper gets the first shot on you like that, and then you shoot with him with the Awp, he's still dead. Because of course the Awp is dealing more damage in a single bullet. So this is like the first proper counter. If you want to counter an auto sniper, try to get a good Awper on your team, or try to use the Awp if you're a good Awper yourself. And again, even if you do not land the first shot, or maybe, well, even if you do not land the shot first, but second, you can still kill him, and then again, make him, well, drop his auto sniper because he's dead, obviously. Now, that's kind of what you do against defensive, kind of picky, I would call them, auto snipers, where they're just holding aside, waiting for you to come, and then they stop firing. In that case, you just kind of like preemptively try to get to them, and then you go, flick, fire, and do what the Warhol told you. Now, there's also another way an auto sniper is being used, and that's usually for area control, area denial. Again, mostly at longer ranges. So very common right here at the double doors, does 2. People will just use it to spam through the doors like this. And of course the problem is, if you're trying to cross, you're most likely going to get hit. If you're going to get hit, you're going to be tagged. If you're going to be tagged, you're going to be slowed down. If you're going to be slowed down, you're easier to be hit again with another bullet. So most likely you're going to die or end at the B side right there with very low health. So in this kind of regard, the auto sniper is extremely strong when it's used, when it's being used proactively, meaning you're just spamming, you're not really thinking. And in that kind of scenario, when it's being used like that, you kind of want to wait until the bullets are all through and the enemy right here has to reload, because the reloading time is actually quite high. So you get the time to cross, you get time to do all sorts of stuff, but of course there's a problem with that. If you just have the guy right here and he starts firing, so we are 30 seconds now, and he fires, and he fires, and he fires, and he fires, and you only start to cross right here 5 seconds later, it's usually very likely that the T's already made their way onto the B side and started contesting it. So of course that's not an optimal situation. In that kind of scenario, you have different things that you can approach it with. So you always want to see kind of where the bullets are landing. Usually, if they're aiming very low, you can try to jump over. If they're aiming very high, so that means being prepared for you to cross in the back, you just try to go in front of the door and cross it right here where you're lower. Because if we just place down a bot like that, we can, and let's actually place 2 bots down, I think this will make it more obvious. He either has to decide to go for the guy back there or the guy down there. So judging by where you can see the bullets landing, you can use the passage back right there or the one in front. And it's pretty much the same for most auto sniper spots. There's always kind of another way around it. Now you can also counter push the auto sniper, because as I said before, close range due to the scope, it's not always strong. It still can go full auto on you and it's very dangerous still. But if you're having like something, for example like an AK, you're still going to be able to kill him rather quickly due to your higher fire rate, especially if your first shot is a headshot. So let's say, once again, this area is being denied and they're just firing at you. You can boost the guy up right here short and make him push up the middle and try to then again close the distance in order to kill him. Once again, making use of utility can also help you, but just in general, if it's being used proactively, you want to find a different way around. For example, crossing close, crossing long, or you can even like do stuff like run boost people over there. Of course, that's like more advanced and kind of more situational, but just in general, the auto sniper will always take 2 hits to kill. So if you're an extremely good rifler and you know how to use the AK very efficiently, 1 headshot and he's dead. You just need to close in the distance to a range where you actually don't have to worry about your weapon spread. Same again goes for the AWP. Everything essentially that's able to kill in 1 shot can counter an auto sniper. However, that's the big problem with it. It requires you to have good aim. While the auto sniper is just more like, it's good for being used while spraying, but it's not quite as good as being used with proper aim when you do like stuff like that. Good tapping, because in the time in between, the AWP will kill you at a lower price, and the AK will also kill you with a headshot, again, by first closing in distance and spraying you down, will also kill you. So it's really, you want to practice your aim to get better, make use of your environment. Again, it's kind of the same, it's kind of the opposite as we had with the P90. With the P90, you wanted to keep your distance, so stay as far away as possible so you kind of stay out of the effective range of the P90. And this time around with the auto sniper, you kind of want to close in the distance more so you can use your own weapons, or if you have an AWP, you can just counter snipe them, fire, and then they're dead, because of course the AWP is dealing more damage. And that's essentially how you deal with an auto sniper. Again, using utility, flashing them, smoking them is always a good choice, because then they cannot see. So I hope this was kind of helpful. I know it's not the best explanation to say, well, you need good aim and then you can counter them, but that's essentially what it comes down to. I mean, it's not for nothing that the auto sniper does cost $5,000. That's quite a lot. So once you're actually able to shut him down, again, you can also push just twice. You can also, just push with 2 people, kind of sacrifice one, kill the other guy, and then you got the auto sniper. That's also another way, just getting a good trade kill. But yeah, I think it's pretty much all for now, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and luckySkillFaker out.